Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well. My name is Hope, and today I am going to be talking about what I believe is defined as a good homemaker. I have 3 different tips that are very practical and simple, and so I hope that you find them useful. Alright, so we'll get right into it. The first one is stop comparing. And I think this happens to a lot of people, regardless if you're a homemaker or not, because it is just so easy to do it, and sometimes you don't always think about the negatives that come with it just because of how accepted it has become in society. One of the things that I had wrote down is you don't need to judge them or yourself. So if you believe someone's got a bigger home than you, then you don't have to mention about how hopefully one day you'll get a big, brand new, beautiful home just like they have, or whatever it may be. And maybe that is like optimistic thinking, but to always think like that, like, oh, well, once I get this, then I'll be happy, or once I have this, then I get to do this. But instead of looking at it that way, I think we should just be very grateful and appreciative of the things that we already have in our own home. Something else that I have wrote down is stop spending so much time on social media. I think there is a lot of images and videos that are posted online because people want to show off their home, or that they appreciate their home so much that they want to take pictures of it and share the beauty with everyone, right? And there's really no harm in doing that, but if you feel like that the main core reasoning to why you keep comparing yourself, or you feel very judgmental, is because of social media, then I would step away from it. I would put my phone on silent. I would put my phone in another room. I would just go as far as to have certain times to be on social media if that is something that that I would really want to do. Because the only times that I really do get on social media is to upload something, post something, a video or a photo, or maybe sometimes if it's like someone's birthday, I'll go on there and just say happy birthday or whatever it may be. I don't always like scroll, but sometimes I know like it gets the best of people, so I feel like that can be very helpful, is to just set your phone down, put it in another room, and continue your own life. So the second tip is to be prepared for the day. Now, however that may be for you, like whatever works best for you and your family and everybody in the household, then that is what is best. I want to mention that because not everybody's home will be similar, and not everybody's home will have the same structure. So one of the ways that I have wrote down that you can be prepared for the day is to create mini schedules for each day. So what's the thing that's most important that you need to write down as a task that you need to get done today? And I like to have it focused on one day at a time so that you don't get like too overwhelmed. And one of the other things that I had wrote down, which can go into the scheduling as well, is know what is for dinner. So being prepared could look like you batching a bunch of food in one day so that you're prepared for the next couple of days of leftovers. And maybe another way of preparing for dinner could be the day before you cut up all of the veggies or you cut up your meats and you have it in a container so that when you go and make whatever food that you're about to make, that it's just already prepared and cut for you. So those are a couple of examples, because like how I said, everybody's day is going to be different, it's going to look different, so I suggest that being prepared is the best way to home make. And the third and final tip on what I believe defines a good homemaker is to give yourself grace and patience. I think this is the most important one because when you're stressed out, when you feel very overwhelmed and you're struggling, that is not the most optimal, what do you want to call it? Like, that's not you at your best, right? Like, you're not able to give things, to help people when you don't have the energy to do it. If you're having, like, fatigue from being tired, then I believe that one of the things is to give yourself rest. I didn't write that down, but I think that is something that we as homemakers need to take advantage of and to not feel guilty about it either. And then the other thing that I did write down is that it will never get all done. You will never have it all done, right? Like, you will always have dishes, there will always be laundry, there will always be just little cleaning, picking up, tidying up. There's always going to be something to do. And so to not feel so like disencouraged by it, you can then give yourself the patience to, like what I said before, give yourself a mini schedule for each day. And then maybe if you realize that it's too much to do it today, then plan it for tomorrow. And that was the other thing that I wrote down, is what you can't do today, plan it for tomorrow. So, for example, maybe you're really caught up on cleaning the bathrooms, right? Maybe you don't need to do that. But then the thing that you're lacking on is the dishes. So then maybe it's so much that you have to do it in one day, and then maybe the next day you focus on the other thing that you're really lacking in. Maybe it's laundry. And so maybe it's too much to tackle all of that in one day at once. And so not only are you going to be giving yourself the permission to be patient and just kind of rest and wait it out, but then you can also be prepared in a way where you can create these schedules that aren't so long and throughout the week, so that if something happens in between, you can fix your schedule to go around it, so that when you focus on it just every single day, you're not overwhelmed about that the next day you're expecting it to be this way, because sometimes it may not always be like that. So yes, the three main points are: stop comparing, be prepared for the day, and give yourself some grace and patience. I believe that those are three very helpful tips, especially for yourself as a homemaker, because I feel that if you yourself are not energized and mentally and physically prepared and healthy, then it's very hard to do your job. So yes, I hope that these three tips were helpful, and I hope that this is something that you can take with you and do within your own day. So again, thank you for watching, and happy homemaking.